Hello, welcome to the radio and television station, and I'm Katri. Here comes the local news. Deputy Prime Minister Levin Kai, head of Price Management Steering Committee, has proposed to continue implementing control solutions to keep the market price level stable, contributing to controlling inflation according to the target. Specifically, the State Bank of Vietnam coordinates with the Ministries of Finance and ministries and sectors to continue implementing proactive monetary policies, coordinating with fiscal and other macroeconomic policies to control inflation, continue to control inflation in 2022 to form the basis for overall inflation control, manage goods according to its competence, strengthen inspection and supervision, and take appropriate price stabilization measures, proactively checking the factors of price formation as described in the price law and according to its competence when the goods have abnormal fluctuations. With Pacific Commodity focuses on removing difficulties for production and business to fully prepare goods supply to meet consumer needs, facilitating the process of circulation and distribution. Deputy Prime Minister Levin Kai asked the Ministry of Industry and Trade to ensure that domestic petroleum supplies are not disrupted. According to Deputy Prime Minister, in the coming time, inflationary pressures tends to increase. Price of raw material, fuel, especially petroleum products, has many fluctuations, affecting the price of many commodities. Deputy Prime Minister requested ministries and sectors under the state management functions to actively assess and grasp the situation, prepare forecasting plans and scenarios, and come up with solutions which are suitable to actual situation to control inflation according to the set goals. Particularly for petroleum products, Deputy Prime Minister requested Ministries of Industry and Trade to actively operate to ensure that domestic petroleum supply is not disrupted on the basis of assessing the supply capacity from domestic production sources and import sources. UNESCO in Vietnam recommends not to make roads through the Nile World Biosphere Reserve. According to this agency, road construction will divide the ecosystem. The link of biodiversity corridor is broken, adversely affect the habitats of rare animals and kill wildlife caused by vehicles on the road. Along with that, the road construction process will pollute the soil, water, and air. Earlier, the Nile People's Committee had issued a written request to the UNESCO office in Vietnam on the planning of National Highway 13C operated from DT 753 and the construction of Mada Bridge through the Biosphere Reserve. ABC's news agency on June 23rd revealed Australia dispatched a second military aircraft to the South China Sea just a few hours after another country's aircraft was intercepted by Chinese Air Force. At the beginning of this month, the Australian Ministry of Defence announced that P-8 Poseidon aircraft of the Royal Australian Air Force RAAF was intercepted by Chinese J-16 fighter jets while conducting routine maritime surveillance in international airspace in the South China Sea. According to the ABC news agency, RAAF had deployed two P-8A Poseidon to the Clark airspace to conduct intelligence gathering operations on the South China Sea, as well as to help Philippine government in the fight against Islamic State group. The total duration of surveillance fight intercepted by China is about 5 hours. White House Coordinator for Indo-Pacific Kurt Campbell says more senior U.S. officials will visit Western Pacific Island nations as Washington steps up cooperation to deal with China in a strategically important region. Speaking at the U.S. Center for Strategic and International Studies, Campbell emphasized the U.S. needs more diplomatic facilities across the region, as well as more contact with the Pacific Island nations. President Joe Biden's administration has pledged to devote more resources to the Indo-Pacific region as China strengthens links on economy, military, and security with the Pacific Island nations. The increasing influence of Beijing made the U.S. and its allies like Australia and New Zealand concerned, especially after China's recent security deal with the Solomon Islands. That's all for today. Thanks for watching and goodbye.